Okay, guys, so this is our third week and it is lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 will be our live one on Friday, which will be starting into the higher level stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to correct the homework, well, some of it, and then we're going to go on and we're going to do the last thing in this chapter before we go on to the higher level bits on Friday. Right, so I'm going to go, the homework was, so there was exercise 21.5, these couple of questions here. So what we'll do is we'll correct the hard ones, 13, 15, 16, 17, and then we'll have a look at these 3, which are currency exchange. Okay, so back up here, and bear in mind now, I'm only going to correct these couple down the side. So number 13, number 15, 16 and 17, but all the solutions are out here to the homework questions, so you can check them all off. So probably the best thing to do is to pause the video and check your homework now. So if you pause now, check your homework, write in the correct answers from the solutions, and then I'll go through the more difficult ones then with you in the video. Okay, so let's have a look at 13 first. So Niall washes cars in his neighbourhood. At the weekend he charges a tenner per car, so €10 per car, that's what he charges, but he only charges €15 if you have 2 cars. So you do the 2 cars, the one house for 15 quid. So if Niall washes cars at 3 houses, all with 2 cars, how much will he earn? So well, he's only charging 15 for 2 cars, and there's 3 houses, so 15 by 3 is going to give you €45. That's how much he's going to earn for that. The houses Niall goes to at the weekend all have 1 car. If he earns €50, how many cars did he watch? Okay, well, so he charges a tenner if there's only 1 car. So we're going to have €50. Let's say, okay, at a tenner a car, which is going to give us 5 houses, or 5 cars even. 5 cars at 5 houses. See then, last weekend Niall earned 130. So he earned €130. He called it 6 houses that had 2 cars. How many only had 1? Okay, let's figure out then. So those 6 houses, he charged them €15 each because they did 2 cars. 40, 60, so that is going to be €90. So that's what we took from the 2 cars. The question they're asking though is, how many of these houses only has 1 car? So we keep going, well, okay, well, if there was 130 in total, take away the 90 he got from the 1 car houses, then it's going to be €40 left over. So if you have €40 left over, for all of those houses, he charged 40 divided by 10, because he charged a tenner a car for the single car houses, which means that 4, that's in houses or cars, so 4 of those houses had 1 car. Okay, moving on then to question 15. Question 15. If 2 kilo of basmati rice costs $2.68 and 500 gram of long grain rice costs 95 pence, should be a euro sign, I assume, which one represents the best value? Okay, so remember 2 kilos is 2,000 grams. So where they're saying that, well, 2,000 grams is 268. This is basmati. LG long grain, they're charging for 500 grams is 95. Okay, right, so we'll separate these two, put a line in between these two for a second. So the best way to do that, obviously, is to bring this to 1 gram and bring this to 1 gram. So you're going to do a bit of dividing. So you're going to have, well, okay, well, 1 gram is going to be equal to 2.68 all over 2,000, because we've got to go into grams. And this one, we're going to have 1 gram is going to be equal to 0.95 over 500. And this will give us an answer in cents. So what they're going to say, okay, so our answer here is going to be 0.0013 and for this one it's going to be 0.0019. Okay, So here's our two answers. This is how much a gram of basmati costs. This is how much a gram of long grain costs. So what's better value? So which is more expensive? So you can say, well, the basmati is 0.0013 a gram, and they're both very, very, very similar. And the long grain is 0.0019. So because this is 0.13 and this is 0.19, the basmati is better value. Barely, but it's still better value. You might as well have the few extra pennies at the end of it. So question 16 then. A shop has cereals for sale. 1 kilo box for $3.50, a $4.50 box for $2.19, and a 790 gram box for $2.80. Which is the best value? So you're going to do the same again, right? So you're make sure you don't get caught out by this. That's in kilos, that's in grams, and that's in grams. So this is going to be 1,000 grams. So this is going to work out. So we call this, let's say this is box A, this is box B, and this is box C. So we'll put it out here, A, B, and C. So A is going to be €3.50 over 1,000. B is going to be $2.19 over, what's it, $4.50. And the third one is going to be €2.80 all over $7.90. So I'll just bang those into a calculator now. And they are going to work out as, so this one works out as 0.0035. This one works out 0.0048, and the third one works out as, okay, 0. Same, I think, 0.0035. The same, which is the best one? The best value, which box is the best value? Well, unless I am wrong with the calculation, they're both. We have this box here is good value, best value, and this box here is also best value. So box A and box C are the best value. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Question 17. A 135 gram sharing bag of crisps is €2.55, and a multi-pack consisting of 6 by 225 gram bags is the same crisps is €2.80, which is the best value. So same job again. So if we take the first one, we have €2.55 over 135, and that'll give you your answer there. And then the other one we have the €2.80 is the cost over, well, you get 6 by 25, or you could put that in as 150. Your grams in total is equal to work out your answer and see which one is the lowest cost. Whatever the lowest cost is the better value, but sure, you can work it out and just check your answer in the solution. Okay, on we go to these ones here. So these ones are your currency exchanges. So number 2, 2A. So we have $1, or €1 is $1.34. So what is the value of dollars? What's the value in dollars of €350? So all you're doing there is you're multiplying your €350 by 1.34. And that gives you $469. $469. And to find the value of the euros then, so we're saying that the value of the euro of $871. Well, best way to do it is bring it to $1. So I'm going to have to bring, I might be able to squeeze it in over here. So $1 is going to be equal to €1 over 1.34. So we're going to find out what $1 is first. And then we're going to have to multiply by, what number did they ask us for? 8 by 871. So we get our answer, and wherever our answer is to this part here, we multiply it by 871, or you can do it all in the one sum. So that into my calculator, and that gives us 650 euros we're looking for. Value of euro. So $871 gets you 650 euros. Okay, so you find out what $1 is and then multiply by the number you're looking for, which is 871. For question 4 then, a ticket to a New York Knicks game costs $104. How much would it cost in euro? So we're looking, so it's the same question again, essentially. So €1 is $1.30. What about $104? So the best way to do is find 1 first. So if we want to find out what $1 is equal to, we divide our 1 by 1.3 and then multiply our answer by what I'm looking for, 104. So same as the question 2, into a calculator, and that gives us 80. What are we looking for? How many euros? 80 euros. Okay, the last one has a number of parts to it. So this one here. Again, all the solutions to these are right on the right if you want to take a look at them. Okay, so Australian dollars this time. €1 gives you $1 Australian dollar and 42 cents. €1 gives you 111.87 Japanese yen. And €1 gives you 87 pence sterling. There's 3 different conversions, right? So we don't get bogged down by that. We just take it question by question. So how many Australian dollars would you get for 60 euros? Okay, right. So we're looking for 60 euros. So we have 60. But what's the conversion for Australian dollars? Where is it? By 1.42, which is going to give us $85.20. 85 euros and 20 cents, sorry. No. How many Australian dollars, not euros? So get rid of that euro sign. Dollars the same sign, isn't it, as American dollars? Yeah. There we go. $85.20. How many Japanese yen would you get? So it's very, very similar to the last question. So you have your 150 euros you're looking for, and the exchange rate into Japanese yen is by 111.87. 150 by 111 is going to be big. You always think you have loads of money when you're over in Japan. And you get 16,780 and a half, 5, which is this yen thing. I don't know how to do the symbol for yen. Okay. C, same kind of question. You're just multiplying by the conversion rate for sterling this time, for pound sterling. So you're just multiplying your 50 by your 0.87, which gives you 43.50 in pounds. Okay. D. Now we're going backwards now. This is when it gets a bit tricky. So all these are going from euros into foreign currencies. Now we're going back. We're coming back from our ears, and we're going back into euros. So part D is how many euro would you get for 67,122 yen? Okay. So again, you go. We always bring it back. So we're going to have a euro, €1 over what the conversion rate is, which is 111.87, and multiply that by what we're looking for, which is 67,122 into your calculator for D, and that gives us €6, isn't it? Yep, how many? 600 euros. Just back, same, is very similar to question 3 and question 4. How many euros would you get for $106.50? We'll find out. What about 1 first? To bring it back to 1 first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1 over. What is it in dollars? Go back up to look in dollars. Is 111.87. No, it's not. That's yen. go back out of there, not the wrong currency. And for part E, we're looking for, so 1.42. Multiply what you're looking for by 106.5, and that gives you 75 euros. Okay, so are you better off if you have 44,748 yen, or are you better off having 347 pounds? Okay, so we bring it back to 1 every time. So we it's going to be, so if we take this one first, it's going to be 1 over the exchange rate, which is 111.87, multiplied by what I'm looking for, which is 44,748, 44,748, and that's going to give me 400 what? 400 euros. Just keep it in euros. Okay. The other one then, we're going to have our euro again over the exchange rate in sterling, which was 0.87, multiplied by what I want, which is here, 347. Throw it into my calculator, and that's going to give me 398.9, so 399, say 399 pounds is still less than 400 pounds. So you're better off having this. You're better off having the 44,748. That gives you 400 pounds, 400 euros. Okay, and that's the homework, right? And all the solutions to this exercise as well are out here for you to take a look at. And you can check, make sure I got them right. So the last thing I want to do, and it is tricky enough, and there's higher level questions that are fairly tricky in this, and this is one thing we probably have to talk about on Friday in the live lesson, right? So this is, if you borrow money, if you borrow money, you borrow 500 euros, and you're going to pay it back next year. The bank will want their 500 euro back, but they'll also want a bit extra. They'll charge you for loaning you 500 euros for a year. So, if you borrow, they'll also charge you for the use of the money. So what they call that is, they call it interest payable. So they're charging you for the use of the money they loaned you. Okay. When you invest, if you invest money, you're giving the people that you invest money, so you get money and you put it into shares or stocks on the stock exchange, and they will go and they'll use your money all over the world, invest in different things themselves, and then as a result, they'll pay you not only the money you put in, but they'll give you money on top of that. We call that investment interest. So what they're doing is they'll pay you for the use of your money. Same as your credit union, post office, bank, they'll pay you a little bit on top of what you gave them, called investment interest. So this formula here, you're going to have to just learn how to use it. You don't have to learn the actual formula, because that is in the log tables that you will have in your exam, right? So you just need to know how to use it. So you have an F, a P, and an I, and a T. You have 4 different letters in here. You need to know what all of them mean. So your F is your final value. What you get, what you owe the bank in total, or what the financial institution, the bank or the credit union or the post office have to give you. So that's your final answer, what you're getting in total. Your P is what you put in. What did you put in at the start? Or what did you borrow at the start? Your I is a rate, usually a percent, your interest rate. And your T, your time, is how long you took it for. Did you take the loan for 5 months? Did you take it for a year, 2 years, 3 years? Mortgage could be 40 years. So all of those. So you do need to know what all of those mean, so you can sub it into this. So you're going to be subbing into this equation now, in a while. So we'll have a look at one example, and I'll give you a couple of questions to do to keep you busy until Friday. We'll chat about the answers and such on Friday before we move on to the higher level stuff. So Jerome wins 10 grand. right? So this is his initial sum. So if we go up to the formula again, where's that going to go? Well, that's going to be P, isn't it? Present value. Before he does anything with it, that's what he wins. He invests the money at a rate of 3%. Right, I'm already finding numbers to stick into this formula. Nice. 3 is going to be your I, isn't it? Your rate of interest. Brilliant. We have 2 numbers out of this formula. All we're looking for now really is T. Then we can find F, isn't it? So we go along. Find the value of the investment at the end of the first year. There's our... So we now have our 3 things needed for that formula. And let's have a look, see what you did. So there we go. There's our P, there's our T, and there's our I. 0.03 as in 3%. Okay, so you sub it in. So when F is gone for a second. Here's our P going in. Here's our I, our interest rate. And here's our T, our 1 year. And you multiply that down as you would. And then what this person at the end of the year, if he decided to take it all back, he's getting 10,300. So he's getting his 10,000 back. So we've worked out F. So that's F after being worked out there. So F is going to be 10,000 euros, 10,300 euros. He's getting an extra 3 grand. Just because we're paying this financial institution to use his money. Fair enough. Go on again then. B. At the start of the second year, Jerome withdraws 1,450 euros. So bear in mind now, he's up to 10,300. He's up to 10,300. But he takes out, wants to go on a holiday, takes out 1,450 euros. What would the investment at the end of the second year, if the interest rate offered in the second year was 3.5%? Okay, so they're giving him an incentive. Leave your money there and we won't give you 3%. We'll actually up it to 3.5%. So we're going to bear in mind we're going to have a different starting off point. So we're going to have a different P, and we're also going to have a different I. We're going to have a different rate. So here's his new formula. So first off, you have to work out what the P is. So here's what he had at the end of the first year. Here's the money he took out. So his new P value is 8,850. We're still looking at end of year 2. So we're still only looking at 1 year. Another 1 year, that's all. And instead of having 0.03, they told us we could have 3.5%. So our interest rate is going to be 0.035. You sub those into the equation. So here's your P, your new amount you're putting in. This is 1 is part of the formula. 0.035 is your interest rate, and 1 is the year. Work it out, and at the end of the year, even though he put in 8,850, he's now up to 9,159. So he's not doing too bad. After 2 years, he started off with 10,000. He took out 1,450, and he's still at 9,159. So the value of the investment after 2 years is going to be 9,159 euros. So that formula, it's important you just know where the numbers go in the particular formula. So what I want you to do in over the next day or two, so until we get to the live class on Friday, I have a couple of questions that I want you to work away on, and they're highlighted there. So questions 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, they're all from this exercise here. Okay, so and they're all based on this formula here. Now I know it's only 5 questions, and most people do this by the end of today's lesson within the hour. So someone asked me, if you're looking for extra, here is the revision questions for the whole exercise. So I'm not marking any of them. I'm not asking you to submit them. But their questions come from the very top of the topic right down to the end. So I would suggest what you do is, if you're finished these really quickly and you're looking for an extra bit of maths to do between now and Friday, there's extra questions for you there, but they're not compulsory. The homework for the next day that should be uploaded to the homework section of your OneNote are these questions that are highlighted there, and the homework is written there for you to do. On Friday, we're going to do a really quick correction of these couple of questions here, as in a 5-10 minute job. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go on and look at the higher level parts. And it's very, very similar. It's just that there's a little more complexity in the questions. All right. So have a great day, and I will talk to you all on Friday. Thanks.